kill there for the Zion. Now we're going to chase it all down. Sneaky might get it all. Jensen is going to take the next kill onto Ara, but Cloud9 with an exposed Nexus will battle back and take down OpTic. It took them 44 minutes. OpTic made it work for it. Remy and C9 will now tie Echo Fox atop the
My only feedback is, I think, you know, the most important is to finish this split chin up. That means that we have 1 other week. We have to figure out the new patch. We have to train on it, and we have to try to do the best we can for the next week. Look at you guys. Chin up. Okay, you're still pro players. There is still a long grind to do. We are halfway in this year. The biggest is to come. So if we go relax the way we did, we should go out of the game relaxed like we did, you know? Either you full commit and you define, like, you just go and you say we win and it's a big deal, but you cannot come like, oh, okay, that's fine, this game doesn't count, and when you get destroyed, say, no, it's not a big deal. If you think it's not a big deal and you go chill, that's chill till the end, okay? That's the only thing, because then, just the mentality, like, just get worse. And I think no one wants to work in a team, even if it's the last week and we're not qualified, in a team where the atmosphere is bad.
Well, dude, we could have done so many no, I fucking completely disagree. Like, let's just, like, yeah, we're professionals. Like, we're still pros. You're saying it, right? Just fucking be a pro. Like, just do what you're supposed to do.
But Botlane cannot win how? Because they have a counter pick. Like, they have literally the only thing that they cannot snowball in is Varus.
Or bot's just even, yeah.
Yeah, it's
just even. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, the very basic shit, like communication, playing with each other, shit like that. Let's do that.
But your communication was insane. You should call everything from.
Yeah, and fucking shit still happens, man. Like, we don't even pay attention. It seems like, literally, like, we're talking about stuff, and then everything, like, just little things just go disregarded, and that's how these teams just, like, roll over us because we're not paying attention to it.
Yes.
So we go back.
C9 game I was not very upset with. You know, I was actually pretty proud of the way we played. I was proud with some of the calls that I had made and just some of the way I had played in general. And I think after the 100 Thieves game, yeah, I was really frustrated. And the reason that I was frustrated, which was actually very interesting because I like thought I said some things in the game which I didn't actually say. Like, there was some key communication missing, I think, from my game at least, which made me feel really bad afterwards. It made me feel bad for being upset after the game because I really had no right to be upset when there was communication missing from my part that would have put the game in a much more playable state. But I mean, it's a lesson that I learned, and it's actually something, like, as soon as I learned to start using these words that I learned from that day, all of our scrims, like, nothing bad happens anymore in my early games, really, which is pretty nice. It's a nice feeling because even though we took that fat loss, I got something from it.
Well, for me, after we lost against 100 Thieves, I think it was probably the most frustrating moment. I think I was a little bit, not mad, I was just really disappointed in the team and on how we progressed and improved, because there were so many basics missing, like so much basic communication, basic game knowledge, just stuff you expect from your teammates, which was, like, completely lacking, especially in week 8. Like, these basics shouldn't happen. So that was really frustrating, losing like that. And on the other side, I'm like, well, yeah, we were not good as a team enough, and we honestly don't deserve to be in playoffs. Like, you need to be straight and strict, and I think we don't deserve to be in playoffs.
Even though we statistically could have made it, we had, like, a super hard schedule and we had to win every game, and then the other teams had to lose every game. So it was after our last clutch game that I think I kind of mentally prepared myself for, like, the possibility of not making playoffs. And then mathematically we, like, counted ourselves out after losing to Cloud9. And that one didn't hit me too hard because I thought like, my individual contribution was okay in that game. Like, I thought as a team, the early mid game we were doing well, but we just, like, failed a little bit and we got punished really hard. Like, it seems like all the games that we lose are, like, pretty small margins. So at least in the small margin games, it's not so frustrating to lose. But yeah, for, like, my mood for not making playoffs, I think it was like already past, like it was last week.
That's the first time for me I'm not making playoff, so it's obviously a failure. and I take it personally. Definitely, it means I have not been doing my job properly. I really don't believe there are bad students. I just believe in bad teachers or non-compatible teachers and students. Sometimes you're trying your best, but it doesn't work. I think this split, what we were lacking the most is just structure. Like structure in the way you structure your day, structure in the way you train, structure in the way you carry from one screen to the other, a certain amount of training, structure in the way you fix your mistakes, and yeah, basically a lot of structures. And we all had different ideas of how to train and how to learn and how to grow up as both human beings and players and coach and management. And it's definitely interesting. Like there was a really interesting split. You can do mistake once, but when you do them twice, it just means you're dumb. So let's prove people we're not dumb and let's improve. Because I'm fine with losing. I'm fine with being last. I'm not fine with the way we lost some of those games. Absolutely not. I'm not fine with the overall reaction we had towards some of those games. So some things have to change and something will change definitely. I overestimated the amount of work you need to put into building an infrastructure. That's for sure. And I believe I should have probably asked for help earlier from my upper management, which is something I did in the last days. I basically took a plane from Los Angeles to Dallas to face everyone and to present a full plan for what we're gonna do, how we're gonna do it, what went wrong, what went right, because I don't believe we failed everywhere. I believe we had some really interesting games. I believe we had some really good weeks of training. I believe we have really good players as well, and I believe there's still something to trust in OpTic. Like that's literally just the beginning. And that's the problem with a mindset, of a competitive mindset, is you take the loss directly, face to face. But for someone not following the tournament, the competition, they still see you as an OpTic member going there and having fun, you know, and like they still believe in you. You have so many fans still believing in us, even if we don't deserve to at the moment. But like it's for those people, we have to, okay, let's put the feelings aside and let's go back to work better. So
as soon as one thing ends, like one goal that I had ends, right, which was make playoffs for Spring Split, it's like the next one begins, which is make playoffs for Summer Split. And a lot of that, and my part of doing that right now, or, well, right now even, right, is like, even though we do have these 2 LCS games, right, but technically what I'm doing right now is training for my play for Summer Split, you know, training for getting experiences for my play for Summer Split, stuff like that. Yeah, the patch might change, the game might change, but it's still largely the same. You still learn communication things. So in the off season I'll chill a little bit, but not that much, we'll see.
NALCS, we're already in the holiday, kind of, got eliminated. We're going to give our best shot in this game. Let's go OpTic!